what then do you think, should be the way out of this? I mean, because there are issues that concern transparency, there are issues that concern accountability at every level of governance, and even from the grassroots as well. From your own point of view, what's your take on this?
If assuming Nigerian constitution is working,
right,
every local government, everybody will be holding his local government chairman accountable, because that is the government that is closest to the people.
Yeah.
Do you know that all the local government allocation is going to governors? Then the governors will give whatever they like to the local government administrator, who happens to be their political appointee, not elected. Now, assuming we have a constitution that is working, the workability will start from that local government, where people are very close to. If the commissioner, if the local government chairman messes up, the people will hold him responsible. That will make a governor to sit up. That will make every other person to sit up. But as it is, what Nigeria needs now, I think, is revolution that is void of violence.
Okay.
If not, I tell you, the elites will continue to play their game, because this is just a game. And I tell you, the elites are not fighting each other. When it comes to sharing our common patrimony, there is no PDP, there is no APC, there is no Muslim, there is no Christian, there is no Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa, because they sit comfortably. I just told you that last week they all sat the National Assembly and increased their allowance. And the leadership of the National Assembly said they are doing this on account of high cost of living in Nigeria. And none of them opposed it.
These people have part of the allowance.
The Labour senators there, none of them, they didn't oppose it. The PDP senators there, they didn't oppose it. So that tells you these people are simply, when it is time for election, they use religion, they use right to divide and rule, the foolish masses, and will follow them.
Well, the National Assembly, as part of their remuneration and allowances, has hardship allowance. That's when the country isn't even hard, like when the economy wasn't even hard and all. I wonder what it would be now. But let's get you in the conversation. Quickly join us on 09073530044 and 09087668888. Send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. You can be a part of it. Let's get to you now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. You know, Shopee. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. Bibi blessing. You're welcome.
God bless you. Shall be well with you. My name is Bibi Blessing. I'm calling from Otako.
Welcome.
I greet our call everybody. Oh, please, I want to report our area from Otako village. 55 days now, we don't get light. So Otako village, yes. From me, Otako village. Even at your something just shocked me this morning. Day before yesterday, we go buy water. They say 250 we buy. Yesterday, we go where they sell water. We go buy. They say 300 we buy. Today again, when we go back, go buy water. They say 350 naira for bag of pure water. Please, is it a president now? They call for this thing. Now we first of all call ourselves first before we begin the great president. Now, when we start up. In actually, this is when you go market now. Something when you buy 200 now. You go market now, they go say na 300, 350. What will be the problem for Nigeria? What will be the problem now? Nobody agree to talk. We are blaming president, and yes, we know that we can blame president because he says something fair is a move. Now, what is going to make me blame president with that? But in our president now, get water when we dey buy for Nigeria now. So the way we buy 300 yesterday, go today, this morning now, they say 350. Nobody can stop it. What do they call this problem? Bag of rice now you cannot buy. We are continuing to blame president. Please, when we call this for order. Then we are not joining man together now to blame our president. We go blame our president, maybe blame our source in the back to us. This way, is 200 naira or 150. Price of things go all that way. Thank that go bread na bread you cannot buy. Yesterday the bunch of price bread they say price dey increase, and they increase the key, they reduce the bread of price. It's not good now, and the price is high. They reduce the quantity. Even at your own, they're supposed to blame now. Please, so bag of pure water now for Otako is 350. Water. You know they touch our president. You know they touch their son or their daughter. Their daughter, they are enjoying it. They know they buy bag of rice. Please, we don't pay our fight contact for us. So they are dying. I'm begging you with the name of God, though.
Thank you
you
very
said
much.
that
Baby
the
Blessing.
okay, you will not get like
Thank you
so.
for calling.
You will not get like
Otaco Village. I don't know. AEDC, you've got to do something. But it's the same thing across many parts of the country. Power has been a problem. They say we all have to share the 3,000 megawatts, and even the federal government is owing, subsidies, to monies to generating companies. So
2 billion.
I want to
yeah.
2 billion.
Nacho,
yes,
I want to ask a question. Since this current administration removed fuel subsidy, what have they used the money for?
well, they've given it to governors.
What have the government used it for?
Yet the IMF had come out to saying that
Let's
the subsidy is back.
Let's also
Yes,
there's that conversation. Yes, by the way, they're saying that if subsidy was to be completely removed now, Nigerians will buy fuel for about 1,200 naira.
I want to ask.
Yes,
Nigeria, before the advent of Dangote refinery, those refineries to be working.
Well, it's really interesting.
What is
because
stopping it from
this question, had surfaced sometime during the Buhari administration. I remember having a conversation with the then Ngalali.
Yes.
He was like the spokesperson, and he was so very big about the government refurbishing, bringing back the different refineries, the Port Harcourt refineries, and all of that. Until now,
my brother, the Port Harcourt refinery had been mechanically fixed or repaired since December. Right, and till today we don't know what's happening with it, because they promised that by December last year the Port Harcourt refinery would have come on stream. The Dangote refinery as well were promised that it was going to come on stream in December, and then sometime was moved to January. The Nigerian NNPCL had supplied 6 million barrels of crude oil to the Dangote refinery, and all of that, and yet the refinery is yet to kick off. They say there are regulatory issues that they have to sort out before they pick up production. Leaves us wondering, with the issue of subsidy, the IMF has also said Nigerian government, even the Minister of Power has said they're going to remove subsidy. It's no longer sustainable, subsidy on electricity. What do you think this would do to the Nigerian economy?
Let me tell you, I doubt if there is any civilized country of the world that is not subsidizing certain commodities in their country. The problem is that because we are too corrupt in this country, they will bring in maybe 1 million liters of fuel. They will tell Nigerians that they brought in 20 million.
People will disagree with you on we are too corrupt.
No, we are too
many people will say it's a few people who are corrupt in this country, the elite and the political class, and even at that, not all of them are corrupt. That's what they say. That's what you would hear.
No, I just told you that they increased their allowance last week, and none of the members of House of Reps or members of the Senate condemned it, let alone working out. So what are you telling me?
They probably are also feeling the heat.
Which
that
heat?
the poor man is feeling. Because
they said there's hardship in the land.
that's the thing. You made it clear that a senator had to go back home to ensure that his presence alone, could keep the family together. So probably that could just be a strong reason. But you might also want to consider something that the caller said, BB Blessing said right there, talking about the hardship in terms of pricing and everything. In fact, there's a development that has come aboard, asking the question of whether or not the government should reintroduce price control. And a judgment of the Federal High Court in Lagos last week had ordered the government to fix prices of some goods and services in 7 days, and this has triggered speculations. Do you think this can even be attainable?
That begs to ask if Nigeria is a capitalist society, a communist or a socialist economy. What are we really? Because if in one breath we're saying, the private sector run the businesses, we're telling of businesses to the private sector, and in another breath we're saying, let's fix prices, let's control prices. One breath we're saying, let's decentralize and deregulate the oil sector, for instance, and in another breath we're saying we're fixing prices. The NNPCL somewhat fixing prices, because that's what it is turned into. Because currently the NNPCL selling for about 617 naira. Other filling stations may be selling a little above that, and they say, look, the only reason they're selling at these prices is because the NNPCL has kept the prices, at 617. All right, so somewhat controlling prices, of the market. Where do we go from here as it pertains to determining the kind of economy that we want to have as a country? Do you think that that's one of the reasons we are where we are?
If our economy shouldn't be revolving around dollars, I have said it before. You pay your contractors in dollars. NMPC, everything is all about dollars. So how do you want your currency to survive? The woman that is talking about pure water, very soon the pure water will be 1,000 naira a bag, because once the dollar keeps going high, even the woman that sells ogiri in my village will tell you that dollar is high. And to a very great extent, you see that maybe she is correct, because the dollar scarcity or dollar exchange rate affects everything, because we have allowed our economy to be revolving around dollars. That is the problem. Secondly, why monopolizing a number of things in Nigeria? For instance, Dangote may wake up and say a bag of cement can be 20,000. I think there are only two in Nigeria.
Dangote and Boa, Lafarge, about three of them.
Okay, that Lafarge, I've not even seen it in my state. It's not common. What happens?
There's
to
also
why
Ashaka.
did they
I think
sabotage
Ashaka Cement is
Why
still
did they
there.
sabotage Ibeto? Why can't they issue license to any other person who wants to invest in that sector?
Is there anything stopping people?
What?
Let's bring in more callers.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Here Najo.
Good morning, Aldo Noja.
Good morning, the two gentlemen. Then my regards to you.
Good morning, sir.
I will say, any corrupt country needs to change it. But we don't have youth in Nigeria. We fear too much. You see, let me give you an example. When politicians they destroy Nigeria, we youth they carry it as Nigerian will gather the country for them. And then they came back and collect the country for us, and they look the way they destroy the country. Any corrupt country now youth they change them. You didn't want the Danojana from 70 to come and change the country for you. The problem you to have in Nigeria, we talk too much without action. And then we like ourselves too much. When we went to war, I went to war 3 places in this world. Nigeria, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. We lost many people there. Somebody must die before the other people enjoy. But youth in Nigeria, you say, a military will come out, they will fire out, the military will come out, police will come out. If we continue talking like this, wallahi, this country can never be changed. If politicians, they are 95% of politicians, they are most very wicked people in the world. Whether you are dying, whether you are suffering, you don't concern them. They only concern their pocket. Look what National Assembly is doing. Increasing allowance for themselves. For this is, they elect somebody a civilian president in this country. The author, when they swear in, he set fire in Nigeria. Set fire into Nigeria, and then they say he has set fire into Nigeria. Send the fire, he refused. Up to now, the fire continues burning, steaming, the pressure, everything. The guy did not care about all this. He pumping the money to give the governor, and then the governor, they are eating the money. The money is not reaching them, but they don't care. The politicians, they are the most wicked people in the world. Please.
All right, Dr. Aldonoja, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you calling in.
Let us change the country. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Moving on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning once again. Here Nacho and UD Hajjet.
Good morning.
to you.
My name is Abu Bakr. Nigeria is at the crossroad. What even bring a social change in other countries of the world are already here, the elements. But deep division, religious bigotry, and element of tribalism has made Nigeria not to unite and fought the injustice in the land. We have large deposit of limestone. The local content of cement manufacturing is about 80%. The other input 20% is from outside. But we are buying cement at exorbitant rate. We are oil producing country, but we cannot refine our oil. A lot of things. We are solid mineral rich country, but they are always telling us that they are illegal miners. Who are the illegal miners? So it's combination of many things that they have conspired against the poor. We are not the national wealth, the national resources. We are not benefiting from it. Before this time, sugar is being imported into the country from Brazil. Sugar was cheaper, was very accessible. But today, we have a Rockefeller, a businessman who has common people. Then what is the benefit? You are declared the richest African region, but your people are suffering. And it is all conspiracy between those who are in power and those who corner the businesses, the national assets. So until we rise, until people rise and demand for justice. That is my take. Thank you.
Thank you, Abubakar.
For that one.
Let's get more callers and then we wrap it up in a bit. 09073530044.
Hello, good morning to you. Hello?
Yes, good morning once again.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, okay.
Yes. Last two callers have said it all. That's a caller before Abubakar. No need of going to mortuary. That's to morgue and carry cane and beating a dead body. No. If you are doing it, you are wasting your time. Because he or she cannot feel it. Because the body is already dead. No life, no blood in that body. No need of beating a dead body. What Nigeria should do is to reject APC totally. Number one. After rejecting APC, now we occupy Abuja. I will be in forefront. No need to see. That to last two calls have said it all. I will be in forefront. We occupy Abuja.
I don't know what. Okay. Yeah? You can start your mobilization in your streets. Don't come here and mobilize. Go and start mobilization in your streets. When you are ready, you can go with your people that will follow you. But at the moment, let's address the issues as they are, as we see them. I'll bring in another caller.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Anato.
Good morning.
This is a calling from Governor Slayer.
Mr. Eze, you're welcome.
Thank you. You see, our problem continue to remain this our problem, and our problem are these politicians. See what BB Blessing was complaining about by then. And I said, you see, we know where this problem started. It is this removal of subsidy. And I've been clever on this thing. There's nothing else you can, anything you do, any other policy or plan in this country that say that you want to alleviate the suffering of the masses. These politicians, they will stay sabotage it. Because the poor man who's not at hand to say, yes, this is where it is. But if to say that the government can restore back this oil subsidy, bring it back, then the masses will know now, we look at what that is holding. What is the cost of fuel? If it is 200 naira, why should a bag of? And again, depending on the saying that the manufacturer they have had agreement with the price of cement, that with the government, the price of cement is going to be 7,000, 8,000. It will not work. It's just like the same hope we are hoping on this fuel subsidy by then. When they remove subsidy, it will be like this. It will be like this. Dangote, Lafarge, and who are the manufacturing cement in this country. How have we get from it? If the price is skyrocketing, even when Dangote start to his refinery start to work, even when all the government will start to work, the price of fuel can never come down up to lowest is 500 naira. And so that is why putting prices. Let him tell us the condition that is putting prices on the goods. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eze, for calling in. And now that brings me to ask this. We've had calls from different quarters saying the president should reverse the subsidy, go back to the subsidy regime, and all of that. That's one of the reasons causing this problem. Even some, people in the academia have said that was the mistake he made, and not just that he removed subsidy, but the fact that there were no infrastructure put in place to cushion the effect of subsidy removal, like the refineries and all of that put in place to as buffers for the subsidy removal. Now, I recall that in that address where the president said subsidy is gone, he also said, I quote, "Don't pity me. I asked for the job. I campaigned for it. No excuse. I will live up to the bill to deliver. I promise you." Now, if the president had said, and even during the campaigns, he said, no amount of protests, no amount, I would remove subsidy, and no amount of protests would, make me bring it back, or So, is it that Nigerians are wasting their time protesting, or would he ever? Do you see the president with this pressure mounting up now? Would the president go back to say, "Look, let's go back to the days before, the subsidy removal"?
Let Nigerians protest first. At least by the time they block everywhere. I remember when NSAS started. I think the very second day, I was on my way to the airport, and I don't know what happened. There were a number of ministers and senators on their way to the airport. That very minute, that thing happened, and none of them traveled that day. So by the time Nigerians decide to but the issue is that hunger, they use it as a weapon against the masses. If Nigerians should stand up now and begin to protest, before you know it, they will balkanize the masses, then use naira to
induce people,
several groups, and the protest will be watered. But assuming Nigerians will be very resolute to protest, he will change his mind, because by the time the occupiers are up, don't forget that a certain country has chased away the president from the villa. That wasn't all last year. I think
2 years ago.
Sierra Lanka, right?
Yes, Sri Lanka.
So who says it's not possible in Nigeria? How many people will you kill? These people should understand that
aside from
once
protests,
you are hungry, you can do anything.
The NLC, the Trade Union Congress, there's the two labor centers in the country, are also saying they're going to protest. They're going to shut down the economy and go on a strike after the protest if nothing is done. Do you believe that they are going to live up to what it is that they've said? Because over time we've seen them go back on these issues of protest and strike.
That exactly what I've just said. Maybe what I discovered about some of these pressure groups in Nigeria is that once they are hungry, they will make one public statement, call press conference, so that the government will call them and settle them, and they will go in. And it has become a business adventure for a number of these pressure groups in Nigeria. So let's see whether this one will be different.
Okay. Let's see. We'll squeeze it. Our clock is at a ceiling. We have to go now. It's really unfortunate how time flies when you're having interesting conversations like this. But Nigerians, we would continue to keep holding on, keep hoping, and keep also asking the right questions, holding your leaders to account. The president is not the only politician that you elected. The president is just one of those people that you elected into office.
Do you know? Let me quickly tell you something. Do you know how corrupt our politicians are? Our Nigerians are too corrupt. Go and look at the budget of 2024. If you don't have it, I will send it to you. I was looking at that budget line by line. It is. I have not even exhausted because it's
very, very huge.
You see, National Assembly members adding bogus budget in non-existent communities. Or somebody will say constructing of borehole somewhere in Njikoka. What does that actually mean?
Somewhere in Njikoka. It's anywhere.
It could also be nowhere.
So you can't trace it.
Yeah. It's anywhere in Njikoka.
And nowhere.
It's actually nowhere in
that kind of a country. And it was approved.
Well,
we would have to go now. We would really have to go now.
Or that they will just construct one English, then add millions of naira attached to it, and it's a budget.
Well, Nigerians need to begin to scrutinize the people that they elect into offices at all levels. Thank you so much, Prince Tony Ezimo, political philosopher and public affairs commentator. Thank you so much. It's always an interesting conversation with you.
Thank you.
And UD, we're going to have to go now.
Well, of course, this is how we draw the curtain on the program today. Tomorrow is yet another